Oh, what is the excuse, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 156 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the review, give you the recap, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, awarding my 3 favorite matches. So last week, I took a break. I needed a wrestling break. There was so many pay-per-views over the last month. I just needed to recharge the batteries. Took a week off. I did watch most of the wrestling, but not all of it. So let's dive into it. We're going to Monday Night Raw. They are in Portland, Oregon, and we got CM Punk kicking off the show with a promo. Punk saying he's got a lot more in the tank, but may not have a Hell in the Cell left in his tank. Punk's family and friends are apparently pleading with him not to do it, but Punk, being Punk, says he's gonna do it anyway. Punk can't promise to murder Drew McIntyre in the cell, but promises to make sure that Mac Daddy will bleed his own blood. So, alright, I mean, good thing you didn't say you were going to kill a man on TV. That's good. Punk says Drew will have to kill him to win the match, though. So someone gonna die, apparently. That's what we're getting at here. But, yeah, my goodness. Very odd promo right here from CM Punk. He was, like, really aggressive and angry, but monotone at the same time. His delivery was just very one-note. I received the message of someone wanting or needing to die to get out of the cell or whatever the heck. But an odd promo from Punk. I guess he was trying something else on. He shows up in NXT and he's like, I'm better now. Last night I was weird. So, I don't know. Maybe someone shitting his Cheerios. I don't know. Solid opening, though. We get Sheamus tells everyone not to call Pete Dunne Butch because it upsets Peter. This sends the crowd into a Butch chant. So, yeah, good stuff right there from Sheamus. And now we get Sheamus versus Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch. Dunne is Alabama slammed onto the announce table. You know I love that. Dunne avalanche powerbomb. Sheamus answers with his own avalanche power slam. We get Sheamus grabs his shillelagh, but the referee takes it away. Dunne smacks Sheamus' hand with like a cricket bat. Looked terrible. Regardless, Pete Dunne steals the W and grabs the win. I'm a little bit surprised. It did look like Dunne was going to crack him again with the bat because he didn't get him at all with the first swing, but he just put it away and pinned. So yeah, not a great finish right there. Still a good physical fight overall. Lots of big bumps and stuff. I love the chemistry between these two guys. It's awesome. Just the ending was a little bit of a whiff. 7.5 out of 10. We get Natalya with Selena and Lyra Valkyria versus Zoe Stark with the PFC. Natty got a nasty looking mark on her neck. Like, I just looked up and I was like, whoa, where'd she get that fucking nasty mark from? I don't know if Zoe caught her high or so. I didn't see it, but it looked nasty. Natty and Zoe trading numerous pin attempt counters. Natty finally catches Zoe with a classic roll-up for the victory. Yeah, like I said, Zoe must have been roughing up Natty pretty good in this one. That mark looked rough. Awesome counter for counter finish. I really enjoyed all those counters, and just a classic roll-up is able to get it after they're doing shit with bridges and like roll. Oh, it was crazy. It was awesome. A solid, quick matchup. We got Finn Balor. He finds Rhea Ripley backstage. Finn calls out Rhea and Damian for being selfish and making Judgment Day all about their success. Finn blames Rhea and Priest for Judgment Day's implosion and so on. Ripley argues, says she was fighting for her Judgment Day family. Finn drops the bomb on Rhea, revealing it was Finn who convinced Dom to dump Rhea for Liv Morgan. Oh, fuck. No, you didn't, Finn. Jey Uso arrives to back up a shocked Rhea Ripley as Finn makes his exit with the mic drop. Damn, Finn, that was straight up cold-blooded. Also, I like the cute friendship that is brewing between Rhea and Jey Uso. I don't think it would go to a relationship, like a romance type of situation. I don't really know what they're going to do with that in Rhea Ripley. I always preferred Rhea just being her own woman and just, you know, of course we all love the Dom and Rhea connection there, but maybe we go back to Rhea Ripley being like, I don't know, on her own, doing her own thing. But now she's got Damian Priest and Jey Uso kind of humming around, so we'll see where that goes. We get Jey Uso cutting a yeet-filled promo for the crowd. Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker yucks the yum, and he's rocking a new custom leather jacket. Pretty nice. I've never been able to wear a leather jacket, just not for me. We get Braun claims he's already done more in 6 months than in Jey Uso's whole career. Jey straight up denies that. That is some pretty crazy claims right there from Breaker. Breaker claims, or denies Breaker's claim. Of course, yes, Jey denies all that shit, yeet. Uso is gonna walk the dog, make it a short and sweet like Breaker's NFL career. So that is the line from Jey Uso right there. I liked it. I didn't deliver it very well. My apologies. But Jey did it well. Thumbs up. Breaker snaps. He goes for a spear, but instead runs right into a Jey Uso spear. Yeet. Good interaction right here. Really like the trash talking. Good chemistry with each other on the microphone. We'll see how it goes in the ring. With Jey Uso, you kind of know it's kind of the same formula every time, but they tend to be pretty damn good. So we move on. It is Io Sky screaming and yelling backstage. Bianca Belair quiets down Io by offering her a match. Io happily accepts. But first, we get the Tag Team Championship match. It's JD McDonough and Finn Balor of Judgment Day defending against New Day's Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Kofi and Woods, great early teamwork. They are on fire. Kofi, lovely dive, takes out Finn. Woods hits a mean set-up powerbomb. On Judgment Day, they get a near fall. Judgment Day, or JD McDonough, I should say. Judgment Day arrive for backup. They get jumped by LWO. There's a big old brawl on the outside. Kofi does the trust fall on everyone on the outside. Everyone's down. Woods nails the elbow drop, pins, but the referee is on the outside dealing with Kofi for no reason. We get a sneaky tag by Finn, tricks Woods into a sleeper hold, coup de grace combo, and Judgment Day retain. Damn. That was an awesome performance right there from New Day. Like classic, well-oiled team fucking performance right there. Looking like champions until the referee missed the pinfall. Judgment Day sneak out with the win. Solid work from them. Referee is more to blame than Kofi, but Woods is super pissed off at Kofi, blaming Kofi for everything. Kofi's like, the fuck, man? Like, I didn't tell the referee to come fucking stand out here. Good chaotic tag team match with more storyline progression between New Day, LWO, and Judgment Day. 7 out of 10. Good match. Backstage, Woods is flipping out on LWO, blaming them now for costing New Day the titles. Kofi defends LWO, saying he invited LWO for the backup. Woods explodes on Kofi, not being told the plan. And oh dear, here we are again. New Day on life support. What is going to happen next? Honestly, I think Woods should just, maybe rewatch the footage and then realize what happened, and then everything should be okay. I really don't want them to tease breaking up the New Day, man. I don't think anybody wants that, but it is adding a little bit of a fun wrinkle for New Day because, they don't have Big E. They got the new fucking big guy, Odyssey Jones, coming in. He's been gone for a couple weeks, by the way. Where's he been? So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. It's just like a storyline that I rather not be going on, but it's not bad. Like, they're doing some good work with it. It's just like, I don't think anyone wants to see the New Day break up. All right, we get Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman. The top rope pops off once Bronson runs into the corner, so we got no top rope. The bell hasn't even rung yet, but the fight continues on. Strowman Express stopped in its tracks when Bronson throws a fucking fan at Braun Strowman. It was a real fake fan, but still, that was awesome. Reed flattened through the Timekeeper's barricade. That was awesome. Thumbs up for that. The brawling continues to the backstage. It is utter chaos. Strowman flips a golf cart just because he can. Strowman tsunamied through a pile of tables. Holy crap, man. Braun gets right back up and blasts Strowman or Reed through a real fake wall. Holy shit, dude. That all happened in like 13 seconds. That was awesome. Double thumbs up. That was in-freaking-sane. Strowman getting back to what made him the most over guy in the business, like 2019, 2018 or whatever. Braun Strowman was, I shit you not, as popular as like Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Attitude Era. Braun Strowman was so over because all he was doing week after week. This is when Roman Reigns was the champion and when no one wanted him to be champion. And Braun Strowman would come out and just beat the shit out of Roman Reigns week after week. He'd drop fucking like trucks on him, giant barricades, like just destroying this guy, showing off the power, and he was so over. And then, of course, classic WWE, they blew it and ruined Braun Strowman. And just now, he is just starting to maybe get that momentum back in this rivalry with Bronson Reed, which has been awesome. So I'm really excited to see where this is ending up. I haven't seen Braun Strowman on this trajectory in a while, and this is exciting. This is really cool. Ridiculously great chemistry with Bronson Reed, Bronson Reed, this guy at this point is game for anything. He is just going for it, man. I'm loving it. Hoping for like a Falls Count Anywhere, maybe a last man standing match. You know, it's obviously going there. These guys can't contain themselves in a ring, so it's got to be like Falls Count Anywhere, maybe a backroom brawl, something like that would be outstanding, because these guys are stealing the show week after week with their interactions. Awesome stuff. We get Sami Zayn. He cuts a passionate, fired-up promo for Portland. Sami confident that he can beat Gunther again, this time for the World Championship. Out comes Kaiser, kinda being nice to Sami, reminiscing about Sami's big WrestleMania victory against Gunther. And then Kaiser starts to be mean to Zayn, saying he is a failure to his family. My goodness, what a turn. Sami, unfazed, tells Kaiser he doesn't need Gunther, and this summons the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther brushes off Sami and goes right to Kaiser, asks him if he needs to say something. Oh, you better believe Ludwig has something to say, with a huge lariat taking off Sami's head. Aw. Gunther yet again declines Sami's challenge. And yeah, man, I'm loving this underdog story that they are crafting for Sami versus Gunther. Really good segment, and just sprinkling in a little bit of Ludwig, maybe turning on Gunther at some point. Doesn't look very solidified just yet, but that little seed just got planted there by Sami Zayn. Do you really need him, Ludwig? Do you need Gunther anymore? Like, I think you're ready, baby. That guy is awesome, by the way, Ludwig. So I'm excited to see how this one all plays out. But for now, no championship match for Sami, but we know it's coming. We get Liv Morgan finds Damian Priest backstage, immediately starts trash-talking him. Priest, annoyed, tells Liv he and Rhea will crush her and Dom. Liv Morgan, offense taken. We get Bianca Belair with Jade versus Io Sky with Kairi Sane. Io, nice slingshot German suplex with a bridge, and then nails a mean dive on Bianca. Thumbs up for that. Bianca walks Io up the steps in a vertical suplex fashion. Very impressive power display. Bianca grabs Io off of the top for a KOD, but Io counters with a roll-up, pins, and wins. Oh, damn. Io with a massive win right there, and a little bit of a banger of a matchup right there. They were going after each other. Competitive fight, Io, impressive high flying, and Bianca, great power display, great chemistry in the ring. Yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I would imagine there will be a tag title match incoming for Damage Control. I mean, Io just pinned one half of the champions, so they got a case. We get an entertaining American-made video. Creeds were absolutely hilarious, just making really funny faces and just being ridiculous, working out and stuff. Ivy Nile, she was drier than yo mama's chicken breast. I don't know why I wrote that, but it did. Oh boy. Judgment Day, give Ilya Dragunov a warning backstage to choose his friends wisely. Dragunov, defensive, says he's cool with Priest and Ripley. They ain't got no beef. Finn warns Judgment Day will not be so nice the next time they speak. Oh, ja. Main event time. It is Dirty Dom with Judgment Day versus Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley. Judgment Day getting close to Priest on the outside. Damian with a cheap shot drops Carlito. Carlito's like, what did I do? Finn cheap shots Damian right back while the referee ain't looking. Priest Falcon Arrow connects. Liv puts Dom's foot on the ropes, saving him. Chaos ensues. Rhea Ripley tackles Liv over the table, taking out Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is down. Dom hits a 619 but misses the frog splash. Priest South of Heaven connects, pins, and wins. Solid main event with tons of outside interference from Judgment Day and Ripley, just chaos. Damian and Ripley jump by Judgment Day after the match. There it is. Jey Uso arrives for backup but gets speared by Braun Breaker out of nowhere. Finn hitting Priest with multiple coup de graces while Ripley is held down, forced to watch the bad guys standing tall at the end of the show. I really enjoyed this Raw this week. Great show. Lots of good storyline segments, except for CM Punk. That was kind of with his weird monotone delivery. Breaker and Uso was awesome. Gunther, Sammy, good stuff. Terror Twins and Judgment Day, all good stuff right there. Best of them, though, best of all of them this week, by far, is Reed and Strowman stealing the show yet again, man, with their big, crazy brawls. Man, I am loving it. It is so fucking entertaining right now. Bringing me back, like I said, to when Braun Strowman was just destroying Roman Reigns on a weekly basis. But now it's both these guys destroying each other. Real fake walls. We got stuff. It's getting thrown around. Big, heavy. Yeah. 8 out of 10 for Monday Night Raw this week. Oh, also the wrestling, fairly solid throughout. Io versus Bianca. That was a treat. And so was Dunn versus Sheamus. 8 out of 10 for the Monday Night Raw. And now we go to the land of NXT. We have NXT GM Ava Rain announces when NXT goes to St. Louis, Sexy Red and Randy Orton will be present. Oh, fuck yeah. The second they said St. Louis, I'm like, Randy's coming. He won't miss it. And there we go. Randy Orton will be in NXT. That is sick. And Sexy Red. I mean, she showed up once, like a couple months ago. She was all right, whatever. Anyway, Punk also will be at NXT Chicago, and we might see him later tonight. Wentz versus Wesley, they announced a street fight for that. Paige versus Trick for the NXT title, and more announcements. They're just fucking throwing all the announcements out at the beginning. Then Ava brings Trick Willie. He comes out, makes his entrance. Trick calls Pete Dunne a butch. I mean, can you guys knock that off? Stop picking on Pete. Trick pumping up the crowd. He gets interrupted by Ethan Page. Page wants in on the whoop that Trick chant, so he's like doing the chant. Very funny stuff right there from Ethan. Trick claims Ethan stole the NXT championship and didn't win it clean. This sets Ethan off, who's like, I won it clean, blah, 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 all that stuff. And the era of all ego will continue. Trick says, nah, we ain't feeling that. That made me laugh so hard. I say that all the time, like, oh, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all. I literally almost got like suspended from school because one time I just didn't go to school. I skipped school. My teacher was like, why weren't you here yesterday? I'm like, I wasn't feeling it. He's like, you weren't feeling it. And he just lost it. Anyway, Page boots Trick, delivers a ego's edge through the table, and there's some NX me right there from Ethan Page. Good opening right here. Tons of awesome announcements for NXT on the road. Trick and Ethan, good segment together, especially Ethan, man. He was just screaming and yelling. Very, very entertaining. We get the Dawn. He finds Hammerstone backstage. Dawn not happy with the amount of cash that Hammerstone took and didn't even finish the job, didn't beat Obafemi last week. Dawn demands Hammerstone to go and finish the job. Stone says, no, you do it. All right, I ain't got nothing for you. This ain't over, though, Hammerstone. So, yeah, I guess the Dawn's on his own. We get Rosemary and Wendy Chu versus Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. Tatum takes an avalanche slam into a mean Rosemary spear. Lyra hits a wicked top rope leg drop to secure the W. Pretty solid tag team match. I will say Tatum was a little bit off. Not the cleanest performance. There was a drop kick in there that looked like absolute shit. But oh well. Cool to have Lyra back kind of shepherding the young talent. Even though she hasn't really cracked into the main roster herself just yet. Rosemary took a couple of stiff-looking shots, and yeah, I like the chemistry with Rosemary and Wendy Chu. They're both like demon-y looking, I guess. I don't know. Tony D'Angelo with the family versus Hammerstone. Dawn tossing around Stone with suplexes and a big old spine buster. Hammerstone starts to fire back, but then the Dawn just leaves the ring and does not return. He gets counted out, and Hammerstone wins. What the heck and heck? What's going on with the Dawn? The Dawn just leaves. He looks all like distressed and confused, like something's on his mind, so what the hell? But first, we get Zachary Wentz. He jumps into the ring to show footage of Wesley attacking Zach in the parking lot, but not the parking lot of doom, a parking lot in Ohio. Zach is pissed. He wants revenge and will get it in Chicago. Hell yeah, Zach. Good stuff right there. We get Fatal Attraction talking trash about Lola Vice, Jada Pinkett tossing a little Kalani Jordan trash talking, and yeah, we get Lola and Parker in the locker room. They're arguing over who gets to fight Fatal Attraction first. You would think that they would partner up with each other, but no, they're going to fight against each other to fight Fatal Attraction. That's okay. We got Ashante the Adonis versus Eddie Thorpe. Ashante gives a rose to a real fake fan in the front row. Ashante, nice spinning kick and a tornado dive to the outside. Eddie nails an Impaler DDT for the W. A pretty good quick matchup right here. Some stiff looking shots from both. Just a little bit too short to really get it going, you know what I'm saying? We get Thea Hale and Riley Osborne very upset still about the Ridge Holland betrayal. Riley saying he should have saw it coming and all this stuff. But, hindsight 2020, it's easy after it happens. But, they're still kind of rebounding with not much to say. We get CM Punk. He is here in NXT with a live microphone. Punk buttering up the NXT fans, mentions some superstars, NXT superstar names like Lexis King, Braun Breaker, Javon Evans, and more. Punk claims Shawn Michaels gave Punk the blessing to do whatever he wants at NXT Chicago. Oh no. NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez comes out to interrupt CM Punk. Interesting. Roxanne fangirling hard over CM Punk, admitting that she loved CM Punk and he was the voice of the voiceless and all that great stuff. But she admits she always preferred CM Punk's wife, AJ Lee. Oh, I miss AJ Lee so much. She is so freaking cute. One of the cutest human beings on this earth. Roxanne then says she should have been a Drew McIntyre fan. Yeah, double thumbs up for that. Everybody is a Drew McIntyre fan. Roxanne makes it all about herself, and Punk, admittedly, is impressed with Roxanne's piss and vinegar, if you will. Punk thinks Julia is gonna whoop Roxanne's ass. This summons Julia, who tells Roxanne the clock is ticking. Roxanne's cheap shot is blocked by CM Punk, and yeah, kind of a cool segment right here. You know, it is admittedly cool having CM Punk in the NXT atmosphere. It is different. It's cool to see him there, but Roxanne, she stole it. What a great moment and performance right here on the microphone from her. I can only imagine the nerves that she probably was going through in the ring to have to do that style of promo, shitting all over her hero, and man, that's gotta be, I would have shaky knees. We get Kalani Jordan. Interview is cut off by Ren Sinclair. Ren, taking Charlie Dempsey's advice, looking to make an opportunity for herself, just smacks the shit out of the champion and then runs for her life. That was sensational. Thumbs up. We get the family confront the Don about leaving his match earlier. Don explodes, admits that he's afraid of Obafemi and he can't beat him. Damn, Tony, that was some fired up shit right there. Thankfully, he takes off. We'll see Tony in a little bit, but whoa, man, that was some good shit from Tony. Thumbs up. Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans teaming up against Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights with No Quarter Catch Crew. Javon dives over Cedric, wiping out No Quarter Catch Crew. That was pretty fucking dope. Heights running forearm turns Cedric inside out. Cool DDT tag move by No Quarter Catch Crew. I don't even know what the hell move that was, but it was pretty cool. And it gets a near fall. Kalani finally catches Ren. They run off to the back, fighting with each other. Cedric nails the lumbar check. Evans twisty splash for the W. Good tag team match right there. No Quarter Catch Crew, impressive works. Tavion Heights was awesome. He's just flying around out there. Javon, wicked high flying as well. 7 out of 10. And apparently, Randy Orton was so impressed with Javon Evans that he has selected Javon to be his opponent at NXT St. Louis. So, buddy, that is a massive opportunity right there for Javon Evans. You know he's going to crush it. We get Brooks Jensen with Shawn Spears versus Lennox. I forgot his first name. Jensen brutalizing Lennox, hits a mean spinning heel kick. Jensen steals Lennox's glasses. Lennox explodes with some offense. You don't steal a man's glasses. Spears' distraction allows Jensen to hit a DDT straight up to pick up the win. An aggressive performance from Jensen got Shawn all turned on. You know, he's like, oh yeah, beat the shit out of him. I love it. Nice to see Lennox getting an opportunity, but, not a lot of offense on display. We get Waller and Theory plotting to challenge the NXT Tag Team Champions. Fraxium is what they're calling them. I love that. Frazier and Axiom, combine it, Fraxium. All right, so they're going to challenge them to a tag team title match, but the champions already accept the challenge before Waller and Theory can even finish their thought. So yeah, that could be a pretty fun matchup. We get JC Jane with Fatal Attraction versus Lola Vice. Jane mean cannonball in the corner, squishes Lola. Vice spinning back fist, picks up a quick W. Fatal Attraction jumped Lola after the bell. Jada Paka to the rescue, but Lola didn't want any help. So Parker almost takes Lola's head off with a backhand. Like, holy fuck, she almost hit her. Like she fully swung. Like, that was full power. And if she actually hit Lola, she would have been knocked the fuck out. And the crowd was like, oh shit, that was almost bad. All right. We get the Don hanging out all by himself in the dark, being sad. Here comes Rizzo, arrives to support Tony through his trying time. Rizzo, to the rescue, revitalizes Tony with confidence, and Tony is ready to fight Obafemi. Hell yeah, Rizzo. We get Indiana Pacer Tyrese Halliburton in the ring for some reason to do the contract signing. First, Tyrese trash talks the Orlando Magic, another NBA basketball team, if you will. Challenger Trick Williams arrives, very happy that Tyrese has won a gold in basketball for the United States. Okay. The champion, Ethan Page, arrives, not impressed with Trick, forcing this match. Page rants and then reluctantly signs the papers. Tyrese has one more thing to do, hit CM Punk's music. Oh no. Punk back in the ring to finish his announcement from earlier. Punk says Trick versus Page needs more, so of course Punk adds himself as the special guest referee. Punk tells Trick and Page, you can fight now. The brawl begins quickly. They are quickly separated. Page and Trick just screaming at each other, like a couple of inches from each other's face. Just pure chaos to end the show. Yeah, solid NXT wrestling, admittedly kind of a back burner this week. The No Quarter Catch Crew versus Javon and Cedric. That was pretty good. Outside of that, not a whole lot. The Dawn and the Family, interesting situation with Obafemi. Like, you know, I really like what they're doing. I've stated numerous times I love what they've done with Obafemi, making him into this absolute powerhouse. But you know, you also have a guy like Tony who's a very proud individual, and to admit that he is terrified of Obafemi. Like, really like this aura that they've built around Obafemi is really, really good. And Roxanne Perez, she was awesome this week with CM Punk. Pretty much stole his limelight. Like, that's very impressive what she did right there. Lots of big announcements made for Chicago and St. Louis. Yeah, solid show overall. 6 out of 10 for NXT. Now we go to the SmackDown in Sacramento, California. We are kicking it off with a United States Championship match. It's LA Knight, yeah. He defends against Andrade. Knight smashing Andrade's head against the announce table numerous times and then hits a nice slingshot shoulder block thingy. Andrade shoves Knight face first into the ring post. Andrade with the badass moonsault. He gets a near fall there. Knight with the impressive power-up power slam and the pop-up elbow drop. Andrade with that beautiful back elbow out of nowhere, gets a near fall, pops the crowd. Knight slips on the ropes. A fantastic recovery right there by Andrade. He just dives at LA Knight. Knight avoids the dive, hits the BFT to retain. Good competitive match to kick off SmackDown. Definitely, I could feel a little bit of a spark between the two wrestlers, Andrade and LA Knight. I don't think it was quite as good as Mellow Andrade, but not bad. The finishing, obviously the finish of the match wasn't perfect. Knight slipping on the ropes. It happens every now and again, but gotta shout out Andrade for that smooth recovery. 7 out of 10. We get Andrade awkwardly, shakes LA Knight's hand as a sign of respect. You know, they kind of dab it up, but I don't know, it was awkward looking. Backstage, Mello trash talks with Andrade. A brawl breaks out as Mello and Andrade just cannot stand each other. So maybe a 6th match incoming between these two. It seems likely, so we'll see how that goes. We got a big epic video of Roman Reigns walking in a football field to speak with Cody Rhodes, who is waiting for him. Roman says the field is his because, he played football here back in the day. Cody says, okay, that's fine. I mean, the Rhodes family has bled all over the city of Atlanta, so Atlanta belongs to Cody. All right. Cody twisting the knife, bringing up Roman losing control of his tribe, just like Cody predicted months ago. Roman and Cody agree to have each other's back at Bad Blood, then they will destroy each other for the title. Roman tells Cody he's in his way in life and then leaves. It's just felt like a big production value, everything just looked really nice. It was a big production value segment. Well done. We're starting to plant those seeds for the big Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes rivalry that's going to be taking place. But I'm curious as to how long Cody and Roman will work together to take out Bloodline. Is there a possibility that Roman gets brought back into the Bloodline? And I don't think so, but just curious where this is all going. Is there more to this than just Cody and Roman fighting for the title? What's going to end up happening here with Bloodline? Are they going to get squashed by Roman and Cody and they just go away and we just kind of forget about the Solo experiment? Or is Solo and the Bloodline actually going to be able to take out Roman and Cody? We'll see. We get Apollo. Thumbs up, by the way. It was a good segment. I liked it. Apollo Crews versus Giovanni Vinci for the rematch. Vinci, a tad bit more prepared to fight this time around. He has his clothes off. He's ready to go. Vinci hits a mean lariat, and then Apollo rolls up Vinci and again defeats Gio. Giovanni, absolutely pissed off, attacks Crews after the bell, and Gio just can't pick up his first win. What the fuck? We get Kevin Owens in the ring to cut a promo because he is tired of Byron Saxton asking him constantly about what he thinks about Roman and Cody. Kevin about to tell us what he thinks. He gets cut off by Tama Tonga going he's really forcing it. I don't know what's going on here, but they're going with it. Tama saying words. Kevin says, please stop saying words. Bloodline jumps Kevin. Out comes DIY for the save. Brawling gets out of control. Nick Aldis arrives with the security, and Aldis announces a 6-man tag team match for the main event, playa. We get a tornado tag now. It's Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi and Bayley. The rules, the stipulations behind this were so fucking confusing. So what I think is what they're trying to say is that if Team Nia wins, one of Bayley or Naomi must leave SmackDown. If Bayley or Naomi win, whoever gets the pinfall gets a shot at Nia. So let's try this out. So we get a nice blockbuster Samoan drop combo by Jax and Tiffy. Maybe we'll just call him Jiffy. Naomi, awesome X Factor counter on Nia. Tiffy accidentally hits Nia with a Swanton bomb. Oops. Jax nails Bayley with a Samoan drop. Naomi jackknife pins Nia. Bunch of confusion there, but apparently Naomi and Bayley win somehow, but okay. Pretty solid, messy tornado tag with some cool spots. Like I said, that finish was messy. Bayley's foot's were under the ropes. That pin shouldn't have counted, but they counted it anyway. Backstage, Aldis is addressing the finish, decides it will be Bayley versus Naomi, and the winner of that match will get a shot at Nia. So, what the fuck was the point of that tornado tag? We get Chelsea Green training for her dumpster match against Michin. When the fuck were they having... Okay, y'all having a dumpster match. I'm into it. Green, Green struggles with the smell of the trash and all the flies. Funny video. I mean, Chelsea was being funny and goofy, playing in the garbage and stuff, making funny faces. Michael Cole was loving it. He's like, oh, that's so funny. He didn't say that, but that's okay. Main event. Trios tag team match. Kevin Owens, DIY, Gargano, and Ciampa versus the Bloodline, the Tongans, and Fatu. Backstage, Bloodline are attacking DIY. They take them out. Kevin Owens says, fuck it, I'll just take Bloodline on all by myself. Kevin getting overwhelmed. Out comes the Street Profits to take over. Kevin Owens' Swanton dive takes out everybody. Profits are now taking over for DIY. Fatu, eyes closed moonsault. That was pretty cool. Excites the crowd. We get Kevin Owens with the hot tag, frog splash onto the floor. We get the cannonball and the Swanton bomb, but the pin is broken up. KO Avalanche Fisherman Buster. That pin's broken up again. Kevin hits a stunner, and you guessed it, the pin is broken up a third time. Ref has seen enough, disqualifies the match. Big brawl breaks out to end the show in utter chaos. And, not a great main event right there. Just, it really reminded me of what it was like to have a tag team match in the online realm of SmackDown versus Raw. Damn near impossible to get a tag. The other dude would just always come in and break up the pin. That's essentially what happened here. It was so annoying that the referee just threw the match out. So, yeah, not ideal. An okay SmackDown this week. Wrestling was admittedly pretty weak. Roman and Cody got a big fancy video setting up their massive feud. for who knows how long that's going to be going on for, but it should be awesome. Everyone seems to be really into it. Question is, like, who's going babyface in this? Is it Cody Rhodes all the way, or somehow they're going to get Roman to be the babyface? Because everyone loves Roman right now. And, you know, people, I've been asked, like, who do you think could take out Cody Rhodes? I'm like, the only person that's arguably bigger than Cody Rhodes right now in WWE is Roman Reigns. So if there's anyone that's going to beat him, you would think Roman, but I still think it's probably too early for the Cody thing to be over. So this can be a long feud, y'all. 5.5 out of 10 for the SmackDown. We'll go now to the land of AEW. Where I'm a little bit behind because I did not watch Collision or Rampage last week, so I'm catching up a little bit here, but we're in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and we got Orange Cassidy with the Conglomeration versus Chris Jericho with Learning Tree. Conglomeration and Learning Tree all start brawling as the match begins. Early Orange Punch almost grabs an early win for Cassidy. Jericho catches Cassidy in the walls. Chris steals a camera and terribly films himself stomping Orange. Jericho definitely not a good cameraman. Jericho backplexes Cassidy through the timekeeper's table. That was cool. Orange Punch countered into a code breaker. We get a near fall there. Briscoe and Keith brawling towards the ring, causing a distraction. Jericho gets a bag of quarters, but that is stolen by Cassidy. We get the Orange Punch with the quarters, pins, and Orange Cassidy wins. Banger of an opening match right there. Reigniting the old awesome chemistry and rivalry in the ring with Jericho and Orange, and it hasn't missed a beat. It felt like they're right back where they were in, 2019 when they were going after each other. Hard-hitting chops from Chris, Cassidy, resilience, top-tier level right there, and the outside shenanigans actually weren't too bad overall. 8 out of 10. Banger. We get Claudio, Pac, and Moxley telling Yuta he has a choice to join with them, or Yuta is free to be his own man, but there might be some consequences. Yuta has a lot on his plate right now, very, very distracted, forgetting his title in the locker room and forgetting what pay-per-view he's wrestling on. He's just like, I don't know. Again, Yuta just not very confident in his words. He just, I can't say that I'm really feeling Wheeler Yuta, man. Like, his whole kind of last year and a half, or his whole run with AEW, honestly, it's just kind of been, he's just kind of there. I don't hate him, but I definitely am not a fan, really. So, yeah, here we go. Moving on. It's Hook versus JD Inc. Hook suplexes and, of course, throws his arms up to the crowd. We get a red rum, and it's over. That was absolutely pointless. I will say that this JD Inc. guy looked like he could eat Hook alive in a real fight. The dude got at least like 30, 40 pounds of pure muscle on Hook, tattooed from freaking head to toe. And yeah, this was not a believable squash match at all to see a kid that much smaller just throwing around ink like that. I hated this. Thumbs down. Private Party call out Moxley and crew for a title shot as they try to make some waves. Christian Cage backstage bragging about his contract, which says next AEW champion on it. Makes Renee address Christian as the next undisputed AEW champion, and then Christian flips out on a crew member. Good work right here from Christian, obviously feeling very confident with that contract. Thinks he's pretty much he's guaranteed to be the next champion in his mind. We get Serena Deeb and Mariah May versus Queen Aminata and Yuka Sakazaki. German suplex fest going on, everybody getting some except for Yuka, who didn't get the memo. She's doing some other slam and a cool springboard. Mariah has had enough, cracks Yuta in the head with a belt, and Mariah whips Yuka with the belt as well, and the match is disqualified. Well, that sucks. We get a cool video of the Nigel McGuinness and Bryan Danielson history, their rivalry in Ring of Honor, and Nigel's constant chase to be the greatest wrestler over Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, and, you know, Nigel believing without Nigel's injuries that he suffered, he would be in Daniel Bryan's shoes, the super popular, a mega star. He's got married to a fucking, I don't know, a model or whatever the hell, and just have all the praise be towards him. But instead, he's living in Danielson's shadow. So this is a very cool video package. I liked it. Thumbs up. We get Moxley's crew make their entrance through the crowd, getting a little chummy with some of the fans. Marina shoves a lady, and then Private Party sneak attack through the crowd. They push that lady over to the side. She's having a rough night. Private Party getting overwhelmed. Commander arrives to help for some reason. Commander helps by diving right into a Moxley uppercut. Well done. Moxley grabs a hammer, tells Cassidy he's going to help Private Party out of their rut. Moxley smashes Cassidy's hand with the hammer. Darby arrives, smacks Moxley in the back with a skateboard, but Moxley doesn't want to fight with Darby, so he just, eats the skateboard and then just runs off. Darby claims he is the next AEW World Champion. All right, have you talked to Christian yet? All right, Ricochet versus the Beast Mordo's up next. I'm pretty excited about this one. Ricochet front flip dive is caught by Mordos, who then powerbombs Ricochet hard into the apron. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Mordos wicked pop-up Samoan drop gets another near fall. Ricochet stiff code red counter on the floor. Mordos nails an avalanche military press slam. What the fuck, dude? That is so crazy. To balance yourself on the ropes with a man all over top of your head and then throwing him without killing yourself, that's a thumbs up, dog. Ricochet crucifix bomb and then an ugly looking heel kick misses by quite a bit, but then finishes off Mordos with that reverse DDT that nobody likes. Mordos, my dude, you are fucking insane. Great work out there as always. Ricochet, awesome selling, but I am really surprised that he has not shown off a cool top rope finisher yet. Even the crowds are starting to groan when Ricochet's doing that fucking reverse DDT finisher. We're no, we want to see you do 8 front flips and fucking, do something crazy off the top rope. And already, I think this is his 3rd match, and you can already hear the crowd going, Still a really good match, though. 7.5. We have Tony Schiavone interviews Hangman Adam Page. Hangman angry that people are still cheering for Swerve Strickland. Page especially angry with commentary, turning to Schiavone. Jeff Jarrett to the rescue of Schiavone. Hangman beats the bejesus out of Jeff. Security separates them. Jeff gets on the mic, says he's got first dibs to kick Hangman's ass. All right. We get Ospreay tries to clear the air with Ricochet. Ricochet instead tells Ospreay off, and the challenge for Ospreay's title is official. Damn, Ricochet, you're super grouchy in AEW. He was so nice and happy in WWE. Now he comes here, he's like, fuck you, fuck everybody, I'm the best, fuck. It's yeah, all right, Ricochet. He's got some pent-up rage that he's unleashing in AEW. We get a trios tag. It's Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita versus the Elite, the Young Bucks, and Okada. Ospreay denies Takeshita's tag to fight Okada himself. Takeshita then aggressively tags himself in, smacking Ospreay's back. Bucks accidentally blast Okada with a double corner kick. Oops. Takeshita eats a Bucks double super kick. Okada torpedo drop kick sends Takeshita flying. Bucks awesome rope stomp slingshots Ospreay into a powerbomb. That was so sick. Thumbs up. Takeshita counters the Rainmaker into a Blue Thunder Bomb. Hidden Blade, Coriolis combo, and the good guys win. Really good main event matchup right there. I really enjoyed Ospreay and Takeshita's tension throughout the match. Okada was really good fighting with Ospreay and Takeshita. A few really good tag combos in there from the Bucks. Couple of nice spots. Yeah, 7.5. And a good Dynamite this week. Loving Orange, Cassidy, and Jericho getting back to their old feud. We'll see how much longer that goes on. Hangman and Jarrett, very odd combination. I mean, Hangman is going to eat Jeff Jarrett alive, or at least he should. Hook was bad, just straight up bad. The exact same thing he does every single week. Just a couple of suplexes, throw up the arms, red rum, it's over, and fuck that. Moxley's mission, a little bit more clear to me now that he's trying to get some of the younger talent over that have been stuck in neutral a bit. So he's trying to help out Darby. He's trying to help out Private Party get to a higher level, which is good. That's what these guys are supposed to be here for. That's what Jericho was doing when he first got to AEW. He made stars out of Orange Cassidy and so many others. Orange Cassidy's the big one. But now it looks like Moxley wants to take on that role, grab some guys, bring them under his wing, get him over in some big matches, and that could be really good. We get, what else? What else is there? Wrestling overall was kind of a mixed bag. Anything with Mortos will be damn good. Freaking love that guy. Ospreay and Ricochet, that should be a damn good match. Just seems like, honestly, Ospreay just has like too many plates spinning at the same time right now. He seems to have like 3 kind of rivalries going at the same time. I would really like a more focused rivalry with Ospreay instead of like, how many fucking one and done dream matches can we have? Like, oh yeah, it's an awesome match, but we do the match, one and done, and then we move on to the next thing so fast. It's like there's so much more juice in that orange to squeeze, and they just keep moving on. It's like, I don't know, man. It just seems like you're rushing it. 7 out of 10 for Dynamite. We go now to Rampage, still in Wilkes-Barre. We get Mark Briscoe versus Bryan Keith. Keith with the cheap low blow behind the referee's back. Briscoe kicks out. Both men trading hard shots. We get a stiff lariat and the J-Driller. Briscoe wins. Good competitive opening match. Hit that with a 7 out of 10. Learning Tree and Conglomeration getting a big brawl after the bell. Big Bill absolutely destroying everybody. We get Wheeler Yuta versus The Butcher. Wheeler with the brutal elbows into the cattle mutilation. Yuta wins. A decent quick match. Yuta distracted by the Moxley betrayal and all that stuff. Honestly, I don't think anyone gives a shit. Sorry, Yuta. I just don't think anyone really cares about your character. So I think best thing to do is just have Yuta go with Moxley and just follow him like he was in Blackpool Combat Club, because he hasn't really emerged outside of just being like a mini Claudio. He does, he has really hard-hitting matches. He does a lot of the same moves. And yeah, dude, I just don't feel Yuta. My bad. I'm not feeling him. We get MXM Collection. They have stolen Max Caster's custom jacket to give it an extreme makeover, but we must wait until next week to see it. We get Harley Cameron with Saraya versus Hikaru Shida. Harley 2 near falls on Shida, shocking everybody. Saraya shenanigans stopped by Jamie Hayter. The Falcon Arrow connects and Shida wins. A solid, surprisingly competitive match. Harley, nice work in there. She got some offense. Didn't get her ass absolutely destroyed by a 3-time former champion. Saraya then calls out Hayter for a match next week. Hayter happily accepts. We get a tag team match. It's Roddy Strong and the Beast Mortos teaming up against some guys that they squash in a squash match. We move on to the main event, Fatal 4-Way match. Leo Rush versus Kip Sabian, who cares, versus Rocky Romero versus Nick Wayne. I will say a very good chunk of this match was taking place during commercial breaks, so didn't get a good visual of the match. Nick Wayne wins this match. Lots of action that was barely seen because commercials. Why did you have the commercials for the fucking main event match? Why didn't you have the stupid commercials for your stupid squash match that happened right before it? Dumb. Terrible Rampage, not worth watching unless you need more wrestling for the sake of wrestling, a squash match, and the worst thing, the thing that drives me crazy, is commentary. All show long. Oh, folks, we got an incredible show here tonight. Absolutely sensational. Oh, wow, these matches are absolutely amazing. Squash match versus 2 guys you'll never see again. What the fuck, man? Terrible. 3.5 out of 10. At this point, I am Rampage on life support. Life support. I can barely watch this show. It is so disrespectful to my time as a wrestling fan when there is so much other wrestling out there to watch, and y'all are putting this shit out on TV, and you expect me to sit down and watch this crap? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. Just, here's Beast Mortos and Roderick Strong teaming up together because they're going to team up tomorrow for no reason, and let's just have them squash someone for no reason, and fuck, man, it's so frustrating what Rampage has become. It has become just a pick names out of a hat, put them in a random match, probably an 87-man tag team match to get as many bodies and faces on TV as possible, and it is just mind-numbingly fucking monotonous, hard to watch wrestling, man. Compared to anything else, like, rough. There's just no rhyme or reason to Rampage. I am really considering canceling it, reviewing it, because it is not worth my time. It generally has nothing to do with anything going on the main storylines of AEW. How limited those are, it generally has nothing to do with anything. No matches generally lead to anything. It's just a match to have a match. So, yeah, well, let me know what you think of Rampage, because I am struggling to watch this programming. It is really bad. All right, we get to Collision. It's a little bit better. I mean, anything at this point is better than Rampage. Collision in Springfield, Massachusetts. We start off with a bunkhouse brawl match for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes defend against Undisputed Kingdom's Taven and Bennett. Bennett busted open early with Dustin's belt buckle. Sammy Noise moonsault off of the barricade. Undisputed Kingdom wicked diving doomsday device onto the outside. That was damn impressive. Dustin gets tasered. He gets tasered and then regroups, nails a bulldog off of the stage through barbed wire tables. This is the first match. Thumbs up. Guevara cutters Bennett through a table. Sammy is knocked off of the ladder to the outside through a pile of tables. What is going on? Thumbs up. Dustin with a double dick twist to Undisputed Kingdom. Dustin has a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell. Using the cowbell, everyone's a bloody mess. Taven suplexed in half onto a chair. My goodness, that looked awful. In a painful way. Dustin gets Death Valley drivered onto a chair, then gets a chair kicked right into his face. Guevara has to make the save. Dustin with a barbed-wired Shattered Dreams. That is a dick kick with barbed wire. My goodness. Guevara swanton bomb off of the ladder, pins and wins. Holy shit, man. What a wild opening match right there. Good luck topping that one. I mean, you definitely just blew your load. That's the best match of the night. Pretty nasty brawl, tons of big bumps. You got ladders, barbed wire, tables, everything. All the bells and whistles. You got blood. Woof. 8.5 out of 10. That was awesome. We get Mark Sterling with Premier Athletes, not going to accept any shenanigans from Conglomeration tonight. This sets off Briscoe for one of his classic mini rants. Solid stuff. We got Dark Order getting interviewed backstage about Jon Moxley. Evil Uno says he's more worried about his opponent Darby Allin tonight. Darby appears, gets in Uno's face, tells Uno he's been on cruise control for far too long. Uno gets fired up by this call out, and not bad. Not really, not bad, not good segment right here. I like the message from Darby. Y'all have been on cruise control. You've just been doing dark matches and whatever matches, not really doing anything. It's just like Darby's delivery just felt very kind of cardboardy, but the message was good. Evil Uno got fired up. He's like, what the fuck? You getting in my kitchen like that? I like it. All right, not bad. We get a trios tag. It's Hologram, Briscoe, and O'Reilly versus Premier Athletes, Daivari, Woods, and Nice with Mark Sterling, who's in his hometown. Hologram, great hot tag running circles around Nice. Hologram gets another hot tag and again beats up on Nice. Hologram, tired of the shenanigans, dives into Sterling, taking him out. Briscoe, Jay Driller to Woods, grabs the W. Solid trios tag. Hologram, by far the MVP, doing pretty much all of the work. I mean, a double hot tag, yeah. We get MXM Collection teasing Max Caster's new custom jacket, but again, MXM won't show it until next week. Funny, quick segment. MXM, every time they come on screen for Collision and or Rampage, I always get excited. I'm like, whenever they're on screen, it's generally one of the best parts of the show. These guys are awesome. We get Mariah May versus Lady Frost up next. May hits the Storm Zero, grabs a quick dominating win. Frost got one solid offensive maneuver in, so not a complete squash match. May dominating champ so far, but her competition hasn't really been the highest. And I must say so far, Mariah May has been a rather quiet women's world champion so far. Has she even really appeared on Dynamite outside of popping on the stage saying, I want to have my celebration, but not tonight, and then she leaves. And yeah, it just feels really, really kind of background noise for Mariah May right now. We get Willow Nightingale happy for her friend Yuka Sakazaki getting a title shot versus May. Deonna Purrazzo and Valkyrie interrupt. I think it's Valkyrie, offering Yuka protection instead of words. Willow is upset. Deonna is upset. Everyone's upset. The Acclaimed do their catchphrases and respond to MXM. Just a very, very quick segment, 12 seconds. You get Darby Allin versus Evil Uno with Reynolds. Uno slaps Darby right in the face to start off the match for that earlier disrespect. Uno smacks Darby with his belt behind the ref's back. Reynolds cheap shot to Darby. Referee misses everything. Darby bulldog choke almost knocks out Uno. Allin trying to bite off Uno's mask. He bites a hole into it. Pretty impressive. Darby takes out Reynolds with a dive and belt shots. Uno swanton misses and a mean flatback on the floor. Darby, coffin drop outside and inside versions, grabs the victory. Good effort from Uno, aggressive out of the gates. Uno definitely got some help from Reynolds on the outside for sure. Darby, big bumps, nice big comeback, 7 out of 10. We get Jeff Jarrett is sick of Hangman Adam Page. Jeff calls out Hangman for a lumberjack strap match. Honestly, that sounds awful. I don't even really want to watch that. I think Jeff was explaining it. I think he's saying that the lumberjacks get strapped together. Why? Oh, I don't know. Now I think I have to see this. Jarrett is fired up, doing his promo, scaring the shit out of his wife and Renee. We get Queen Aminata versus Serena Deeb up next. Deeb with a neat surfboard stretch. Queen slams Serena hard to get out of the submission. Queen German suplex, then kicks Deeb's frickin' head off with a nasty-looking kick, gets a near fall. Deeb takes out Queen's knee, nails the Deeb talks for the W. Really good matchup, bit slow at the start, but really kicked into gear. Queen was awesome, hard-hitting offense continues, improving each week, and Serena really good, stiff, technical wrestling. 7.5 out of 10. We get Saraya makes Harley Cameron read off the rules for Saraya's match versus Hayter. Basically, Saraya can do anything she wants, and Jamie can't do anything. So, yeah, pretty entertaining stuff right there. Sammy Guevara is inspired by Dustin Two Belts, calls out Okada for a title match for next week, I guess. And now it's a main event, 10-man all-star tag team match. It's Hook, the Outrunners, and FTR versus Grizzled Young Vets, Roddy Strong, Mortos, and Roosh. Poor Roddy gets ganged up on, needs to get saved. Roddy lays in heavy chops on Hook, makes me very happy. Hook suplex spree instead of making a tag, throws up the arms like a fucking idiot. Turbo scoop slam spree, colliding of heads, and then the Outrunners double elbow drop makes the crowd go wild. Thumbs up for that. FTR and Hook trifecta German suplexes. Roosh and Dax smacking the bejesus out of each other. Mortos and Roosh double team on Dax. Roosh gives Dax the horns or whatever. Picks up the big win for Team Heels. Oh my. Good enough match, I would say. Just way too many people involved. And it was a really long match. Like 20-25 minutes or something. Just way too long. Roosh and Mortos were awesome. I think those two should be like a tag team legit. They would be amazing. Outrunners were super entertaining. They are, I think by far, they were the most over guys in this match. So that's saying something. And then before the show ends, we get Nigel McGuinness has another message for Bryan Danielson. Bryan fears Nigel. Schiavone interrupts to defend Danielson, who's not here. Tells Nigel his claims are false about Bryan. Nigel tells Tony to go sit down and shut up. Nigel continues his rant saying he's a better wrestler than Danielson. Nigel will finally get to prove it to everybody and expose Danielson. Badass promo right there from McGuinness. Thumbs up. I am very, very excited to see this match. They are teasing that, they're saying it'll only happen if Bryan is cleared. I imagine he's going to get cleared for this match. It's going to happen. It's going to be nuts. Good collision overall. That definitely popped its load immediately with that ridiculously awesome tag brawl match at the beginning. Kind of just went downhill from there, but not too badly. Queen and Serena had a really good match together. Outrunners in the main event, and like I said, they were definitely the most over in that 10-man all-star match, so that's great. Mariah May, pretty quiet, I would say, to start her title reign, kind of looking for more out of her. Loving the Nigel and Danielson storyline. It's kind of one of the big, only major storylines they got going, so I'm really into it. I didn't get to see their Ring of Honor days, so I'm rather engaged with all the history and seeing the footage from their old matches and stuff like that. And I've never really I don't think I've ever seen Nigel McGuinness in a match, so I'm very excited to see it. 7 out of 10. And now we will go to the 3 stars of the week. And I'm going to do the 3 stars from last week because they were so freaking loaded. I gotta shout out these matches. So, last week's 3 stars plus a shout out. The shout out, Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale, the street fight at All Out. These are all out matches, just so you know. So basically, go watch All Out, or if you don't have time to watch all of it, just watch these matches. So Chris versus Willow, the street fight, incredible. Danielson versus Perry for the AEW Championship, that was awesome. Ospreay versus Pac, that is a dream match for me, and it was sensational. And this one I can recommend only if you're a sick puppy and you want to watch two men absolutely destroy their bodies for our entertainment. And that match is Swerve versus Hangman in the steel cage match. Holy fuck. Probably one of the gnarliest, if not the gnarliest match I've seen. I mean, the cinder blocks alone, those bumps were some of the most brutal I have ever seen personally. So, if you're fine with some intense violence and some nasty bumps, go check out that match because it is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Alright, so this week's 3 stars of the week. Third star goes to the Beast Mortos versus Ricochet on Dynamite. I love Mortos. This guy absolutely is killing it. The guy is so freaking good. Put him up against Ricochet. Ricochet, so far so good in AEW. You know, I would still like to see a few more top rope maneuvers, but good enough for the third star this week. Second star goes to Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho on Dynamite, revisiting the old classic rivalry, which, you know, kind of put AEW on the map, put Orange Cassidy on the map, and yeah, they're revisiting this and right back to it, man. They're going back at each other in the ring, haven't missed a beat. Great match right there. But the first star goes to, it's the Bunkhouse Tag Team match with Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara versus the Undisputed Kingdom. Holy crap, man. This match absolutely stole Collision. They kick it off with this match, and no one's topping that match. You get ladders and tables and barbed wire. It felt a little reminiscent of the old TLC matches from back in the day, man. Like, huge bumps, Sammy doing swantons off a ladder. I mean, come on now. Definitely good enough for the first star. And that's the show, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. In terms of what else we got going on with the podcast this week, we got the Hockey Cast. Freaking preseason hockey is happening, bro. It's happening. Freaking real hockey is right around the corner. So, yeah, man, we're going to get you all ready to go. We're going to do some fun predictions and stuff like that for the Hockey Cast this week and put everybody where I think they're going to finish, and we'll do maybe some point predictions and stuff like that. Should be fun. And in terms of the GamerCast this week, I am currently playing a game, Plucky Squire. I'm playing Plucky Squire. I'm hoping I'll be able to get that done for a review this week, and then we are set for at least 4 episodes through October, which are all going to be horror themed. I'm playing horror video games. We're doing a horror list. We're doing everything horror themed for October. It's spooky season, so I am all in and I am ready to go. But before I get into the spooky season, we'll cleanse the palate with some Plucky Squire, which is very much so not a horror game. So I'll hopefully be able to review that this week. And there we go, everybody. Thank you again so much for listening. In terms, we got a Twitter page. You can go over there and follow. I put up announcements as best as I can. There is a YouTube channel where I upload all of these videos or all these podcast episodes to the Gamer GX Videos YouTube channel. You can go over there, subscribe. Great place. Drop a comment on one of the episodes. You want a question answered live on the podcast, drop a question in the comments, in the Twitter. Got an email address. Send in a question, anything about wrestling, video games, and hockey. Outside of that, I'm no professional, but I will do my best. And yes, email address as well. If you want to have a private conversation, my door is open for everyone and anyone. There we go, everybody. Thank you one more time for listening, and we'll be back again with some GX Plus Cast.